para makita namin. Okay.
Yeah.
Ayun, gumagana.
Hello.
Mic check. Oh, okay naman. I think we're good, right? Someone's gonna have to check. Wait, let me open YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I can hear now. We're good. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Take two.
Take two.
Okay. Welcome everyone to Tac Pause. This is episode 1. As you can see, we had some problems. We were delayed for now 23 minutes because number one, L's camera wouldn't work, and then the audio was having issues. But we're all good now.
Yes,
and to give you guys a
sir.
little bit of an idea of what's going on, you can see Mochi's camera. She is currently still in transit, so things are a little bit weird in terms of timing. But yeah, let me introduce the people that are with me today. Si L, Mochi, Datum, and Salvatore is the voice of God right now. Wala siyang camera.
Hello. I am Jiminy Cricket.
He's our Jiminy Cricket for tonight, and of course for us, our main topic will be the pre-week 1 VCT Pacific tier list. So, we're gonna rate our 11. Yes, 11 na sila, diba? VCT Pacific teams as to what we think we're gonna be expecting for week 1. And of course, take note, this is pre-week 1. So we're basing this off of, I don't know kung saan nag-research. I don't know where my co-hosts research. I don't know if you guys looked at VLR. I don't know if they watched the streams. But we're gonna find out now. So, of course, checking in lang with our stream director Kim if the screen share scene is okay now. If hindi pa, okay lang naman. All right, so we'll go back there later. So give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's going on in our lives at the moment. Datum, this guy came from. Did you come from the hospital? Did you come from the school today?
I did.
Yeah, he's busy.
It's been an eventful couple of weeks for me, but
Couple of weeks.
Life is good.
Life is good. Okay,
Yeah,
life is good. Life is good.
And we're back here. We're podcasting. We're talking about Valorant. We're making friends along the way.
Yeah.
And yeah. How is everyone else? How's everyone? El, kumusta ka, El?
I've just been chilling actually. I've just been playing other games other than Valorant. It's just the end of the split, and I think new offers are coming, right? So being a coach, all you do is watch, all you do is play, and then all you do is wait. So that's just how it's been for me. And then here we are in the podcast, diba?
Yeah, this guy apparently goated coach. He's getting offers from. I'm not gonna say. You guys are gonna find out eventually,
Nope.
I guess. But most recently, this guy was coaching Geek Fam. The roster is former MVP esports, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Former MVP. They're based in Cebu, the Geek Fam team. But I think L's not currently with Geek Fam? Question mark. Yeah. Ayun.
Take a break.
And Mochi's in Pampanga right now. For those of you who are in Pampanga, we have the LAN final question mark of the Cyberzone.
Yes.
SM Cyberzone Game Fest, which is insane actually, because I think we had Salvatore, who's our Jiminy Cricket for tonight, who casted the online qualifiers along with who were you partnered with, Salvatore?
I was partnered with Giyang Sanity, Giyang Gaming.
Insanity.
People would argue that
Wait,
they
I
are
know that.
look-alike, but yeah, they do
actually
look alike.
They do look alike. They do look alike.
Like
It's so funny.
just gotta
Insanity.
put it out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him that
We
now.
are
I'm gonna
gonna
call him
call
that
him
now.
that.
Yeah. So he casted the online qualifiers for this SM Clark leg of the Cyberzone tournament, and now for the LAN, I think it's gonna be Mochi and Honey Glaze.
Ooh.
So if you guys are in Pampanga, do drop by tomorrow. to watch that. I also have Farlight 84's PC final semifinals tomorrow, and on Sunday we have the finals for the PC division. So if you guys are interested in Farlight, feel free to watch on the official channels as well. But anyway, moving forward, let's get down to business.
He's back.
Hey,
Let's get down to business.
Timing.
Okay.
Our queen is back.
We are going to live debate about how we're going to fix this tier list.
Okay,
So
let's straight into it. Akala ko, Josh, I thought you were gonna introduce a little bit more about what we're doing here. Pero let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go straight into it.
yeah, I mean, why not? Right? We're of course specifically here to talk about the topic, but yeah, this is Tac Pause.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to introduce it, right? Because we're gonna go straight into the facts and our opinions, of course.
No matter how twisted our opinions may be, they'll be here.
Okay.
Twisted is definitely a word. So I'll wait for Kim to actually show the screen, my screen. So I'm gonna be the one that's actually controlling the tier list right now. So we have 5 tiers on this tier list.
This looks sad.
What looks sad? Wait.
Sad,
What looks sad?
What are you talking about?
Looking at the very
The
bottom.
very bottom.
right?
No.
Looking at the
I
very,
think
very
it's
bottom.
appropriate naman. It's appropriate.
Okay.
Just put them
Okay.
there already.
We're gonna start off with the bottom. Japan in terms of marketability, right?
Mhm.
But, and I say this with a lot of concern for what's going on behind the scenes, but Destination Focus Me has not won a single VLR Valorant game since last year, right? Since the inception of franchising.
Yes,
Or
sir.
am I mistaken?
Yeah, it's rough, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so I guess we're
absolutely
starting
rough.
with DFM, right?
yeah, we're starting with DFM.
Okay,
DFM's
okay.
already there.
Okay, and I think that's a
Unfortunately.
shame. Yeah, I think it's a shame because you did mention DFM. They have a ton of sponsors. They have a ton of potential, and I think they can make things work. I mean, in some situations, like they even look better than Zeta. Last time they played against Team Secret, if I'm not mistaken, they almost won a game. They almost won a game when
They almost did. They almost did. I
I
love
think
it.
the score was 11-13. They looked pretty good in it. They had a spicy comp. They had Yoru, Harbor, and I think they had a. I think May on Yoru was popping off as well. I mean, it was something that could have worked. So I think DFM has got a lot of potential, but as of
Maybe
right
a little
now,
more time, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't know what they need, honestly, because we have a tier specifically for those that need more time. I don't really know what DFM needs, but
I don't know, man.
I think the one thing they have is they have everything they need. So I think
Yeah.
it's gonna work out
Honestly,
eventually. Yeah.
They need divine intervention, if you know what I mean. Right? The way that they've been looking, it's like this, right? So DFM, they haven't won anything last year. So what did
Yeah.
they do over the off season? They said, "Hey guys, let's get Crazy Raccoon, the core of Crazy Raccoon, and then
Yes, I
let's
saw this!
incorporate that." But then still nothing happened. They have their head coach as a former player who is now coaching now. Which is, I don't know how that works out for them. Yes, they almost won games, but
Yeah,
the keyword is
almost.
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 So, yeah, that's why they need more than time. They need
Yeah, we don't know
divine
what they- I don't know
intervention.
what they need.
They're gonna go down there. I'm hoping we put another team with them. At least they have a body. You know,
We'll see.
down
We'll see.
there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Any objections
Any
to
objections?
DFM being in DFM?
Absolutely not.
nah.
No argument here.
I mean, and it's not to knock on DFM, right? Because like
Yeah.
they're a team that's great for the league because they have these sponsors. You know that they can market Valorant to the Japanese audience, which is really important for like the stability of of the Pacific League.
Yeah, and
But-
props to them. I think. Sorry to cut you off, Josh, but I think that's the goal of most teams, right? Get
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
support going, and then results will show afterwards. Unfortunately for DFM's, results aren't there yet, but I think it'll come eventually. I don't
It
know
should.
when, but eventually.
It should. Now the question that's left standing after that is when is eventually. But anyway, moving on. So the rest of the tier list, we have Master Shanghai. Of course, these are going to be the top two, or the top two teams that we're expecting to qualify. And we have playoffs. Of course, those that we're expecting to go into playoffs. Dark Horse maybe those with upsets along the way, and then there still needs time here. So who do we we want to start with? Do we want to start with Talon, Bleed?
Let's start from like left to
Well,
right.
Okay, let's start from the left.
to
I
right.
like that game.
All right, how
Well,
does Talon look like to you guys right now?
Hmm.
Okay, so last split, like the kickoff, they looked pretty okay. I guess they're
Yeah.
at best they're mid. So I don't know if they're still a playoff caliber team. Like they had a really good off season getting Governor and Jet Boys, but a lot of that stems from the fact that they are still mid and the chemistry could still use some work. But having a deep run is still like let's say, what do you call this? It's something that they might look forward to, but because of like the heavy intensity and the competition of APAC, they might be in the mid pack of just closely going there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I do think they are dark horse at best, but at the same time still needs time, because I do think that Governor still hasn't reached his peak yet, because one of the key players really is indeed Governor that a lot of people are looking forward to because of the past run he had, and
Yep.
to see him in a team like Talent Esports that fits well, but at the same time it is indeed a time it's an hourglass for him. So overall, uh, needs time. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put Talon on needs time.
Okay, needs time. Any
I agree.
objections?
I
You go
agree with
first, Talon.
Salvatore. I agree with Salvatore because if you look at their timeline, right? They look at their timeline. So they kicked out or that's not kicked out. They parted ways with their former coach, right? Si Zeus, if I
Yes.
remember correctly. And then they got in Frost, and boy, Frost, which was the coach for 100 Thieves back then, and then Boy, who was a former player for 100 Thieves as well. Connections got them here and here. They got Ban, they got Governor, of course, very crucial point, and then they got Lenny. Okay,
They have Lenny.
Where is the story going? They beat Team Secret 2-0, very convincing fashion, 13-8, 13-3. But then what happened after that? They played Sova on Split. Yeah, they have an idea. They have an idea. If you guys watching
They're cooking.
the recent coach podcast, I think from VCT Pacific, they explained why they picked Zova on Split, which was fair, but it didn't work. And then they had the rematch with Team Secret again. The same maps, they lost. Right? So I don't know how you go from destroying Team Secret to getting destroyed by them and getting a clip out of Envy. So it's something like there's improvement, yes, but there are some ideas that they think would work, but it doesn't really apply to an APAC style, because from what I see in them, they're like the NA representatives of APAC.
Fair. That is fair.
Yeah,
So
I
they
agree.
still need time.
Si
Yeah, I
Mochi yata may sasabihin eh. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, we lost her.
Oh,
Oh no.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Mochi.
Baka ano, maybe she's going out towards her room now.
Maybe. Let me butt in for Mochi muna, no? 'Cause
Okay, okay.
Hope she comes
I-
back though.
I absolutely agree
For
with everyone's
Mochi.
points. Okay. Oh, I think
There
she's
go.
back. Anyway,
Oh, hey,
Anyway,
yes, we can
Now
hear
we
you.
can
We
hear.
hear much.
okay. Really, sige, enjoy na lang ulit ng sabi okay? Because I don't think that you guys can hear me pagka masyadong malayo sa tab. So personally, Talon, I really love how Decoyes and Lenny has been able to perform the past few leagues that they have. And I hope that they can actually spearhead how powerful their team is, because sometimes when someone spearheads the power, or they've been able to like perform their top tier performances, or being able to like get a few prizes here and there, sometimes those types of catalysts are just what we need so that they can perform consistently in their specific matches. And yes, I do agree with what Silberter says. They really do need and indeed need more time. But at the same time, I can possibly see that all they have to do is to get a nudge. And maybe that's all it takes for them to actually dominate some of our teams right now who are popping off right now. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with much. That's why I'm. It's just for the same reason I'm putting them in Dark Horse rather
Dark
than
Horse.
Needs More Time.
Yeah.
Because if you take a look at the roster here, I mean, Lenny got
Lenny, yes.
new boy Governor, and then Cruz, formerly Extend coach. Nga ba si Cruz
Yep.
before? But I mean, just between those few players, there's a ton of experience here. I mean, ever since even before Pacific was on the map. These players were the ones pioneering the image of Pacific's a Valorant scene, in the Valorant international scene. So I'm pretty sure they have the talent, the caliber, the micro transactions it needs to get to that playoff spot. I don't know. I don't know, pero it's. I think giving them needs more time is a disservice. I think because of the fact that they 2-0 Team Secret and well got close almost to DRX kahit 0-2 pa rin sila. They have that caliber. I just think they need that calibration. So I'm putting them at dark horse. I think there's a chance for them to have that tied in this season. This stage.
I kind of agree. I think it's nice also that there's 5 of us, so now we can actually vote. so for Ellen Salvatore, it still needs time, and for me, Matt, and for Mochi, it's under dark horse. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
I think we're good. We'll put it. We'll put him in dark horse because again, building up on what you guys said, right? Where you see that it's so early in the season. Most of these teams they've played 2, maybe 3 series, and unless you get more reps in, you don't really see like the final form of these teams,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I feel like they do definitely belong in dark horse because we've seen essentially some shines of brilliance from these guys, but it just hasn't been able to bring them forward in their attempt in kickoff. So I'd put them in dark horse.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Fair,
All right.
fair.
Next, of course,
Master
we are
Shanghai.
Filipino. Everyone,
Master
Team Secret.
Shanghai.
Master
No,
Shanghai.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
We'll put them here temporarily while we speak. That way,
Okay.
if anyone screenshots Team Secret right now, we have proof.
Yeah, this is absolutely no bias, no jokes here. It's absolutely true, 100%.
Yeah,
Team Secret
voted the
is
best.
going to Master Shanghai. Well,
Okay. Serious. Okay.
Question is, Salvatore, are they
We'll
playing?
dial down the
Okay. Sorry.
We'll dial down the bias and actually talk about how Team Secret looked back in kickoff. They made it out of the group stages, went into the play-ins, and almost got there, albeit maybe missing maybe a map or a few rounds to make it
Yeah.
into the playoffs for Madrid, to be able to get into Madrid. And based on how they performed, what do you guys think personally?
okay. Come on.
I have some thoughts here.
Okay, sure. You go first, El. You go first.
Okay.
Okay.
So personally, I think there's 3 slots for Shanghai, right? There's not 2, there's 3
Yeah,
slots
three,
because
three.
there's 12 teams. So I could argue that they could go to Shanghai based on their steady improvement, especially with NDG as the new addition. My boy is there playing. Yes, shaky start, but if you see them improving, you see them fighting against Genji. They lost on their best map, which was supposed to be Genji's best map, where they got destroyed by Sentinels after 13-15. So what does that mean? Hear me out.
Okay.
Team Secret is the 3rd placer in Madrid
That's
because
true. That's true.
because they lost only to Genji 2-1.
What's the word? By transitive property.
My positive property. Right. But anyway, seriously speaking, I think Secret for me, caliber right now should be playoffs at least.
Yeah.
Shanghai is a bit of a bigger upgrade for
Bit
them.
of a stretch, no?
Yeah, it's a bit
Maybe.
of a stretch because of first of all, right now, there's more teams in the league. There's EA, of course. There's going to be like the teams from Zeta, their rivals. There's RRQ, there's Global, and all of them have had upgrades. Secret, I think, is the only team that has a limited upgrade or just a minimal upgrade. So yes, they can stabilize. They have had their set roles, which were their problems back when Dubstep was there. They did not have really set roles. That was like Dubstep and Jeremy swapping over the duels and the Sentinel, something like that. But now that they have NDG slotted into the Sentinel, okay, you're gonna focus on this. Jeremy's gonna focus on this. We have a shot to refine the things that we were doing before, and I think that qualifies them to have like a better playoffs performance, possibly beating out some of their rivals in that tier. And
Yeah.
later on, I think champions might be their spot.
So where are
Yeah.
you putting them, El? Sa malalagay? What tier?
Playoffs.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
So
Okay,
before we move on
interesting.
to someone else, I'm gonna butt in right now because I have a really short point here because L essentially said everything I said. And right, yeah, for Shanghai, it's gonna be 3 slots per region unless we have fake information. So if anyone in chat wants to correct us, feel free. But from our knowledge, it's 3 slots per region, and I do think that they definitely have a chance at being top 4 at least in the Pacific playoffs or actually making it all the way into Shanghai. So I definitely put them either at top of playoffs or bottom of Master Shanghai tier.
Oh, y'all gonna hate me for what I'm about to say.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, listen,
Ro-
listen. I want Secret to make it to Shanghai, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
Team Secret has been over the course of their entire history has been somewhat inconsistent, right? I mean, yeah. That's I'm just laying out the foundation of my thought process here, right? I mean,
Okay.
ever since Team Secret bursted into the international scene, they represented Pacific, yada yada. They were pretty good, but then they were very good in some maps, right? They were
were?
very good in some games, some matches, but they weren't consistent at all. And that goes to show that they definitely have the caliber, much like Talon we were talking about earlier. But then there are times where they lose on their best maps, and then they do all these moves that are kind of weird, like with the roster and stuff. I mean, I don't want to get into detail about it all, but there's a lot of things going on. I feel like back. I mean, Team Secret has proven time and time again that they're a team to watch out for, but they haven't been able to perform at the same level as likes of Paper X or Gen G. When I know for a fact that they can, which is why I'm putting them in Dark Horse because they're sort of like a question mark still. They're still in the realm of question marks. But if they can somehow miraculously fix everything for this year, I think they can make it a top 3. So I'm putting
Yeah.
them at a Dark Horse because we don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Okay. I agree. Kinda. Well, I might be converted, but let's see what Salvatore says.
Okay, so
Okay, lay it down. Come on.
okay, so I have like
Very
two
good palette.
I have like 2 points to give to Team Secret. Number one, they still have like this sort of this sort of playoff jitters where they are so close to making to a possible major,
Yeah.
but then they lose a very crucial series over a crucial mistake or over a choke. And number two, they still are coin flipping Breeze in their map picks. So I do think that Breeze is still, without a doubt, a very, very quirky map. But for Team Secret, they have a good win rate for this. But the fact that there is still there's a good amount of sample size that Team Secret manages to, just W their way into Breeze is one of the few craziest things I've ever seen Team Secret do. And that's one of the few things that really give them a good amount of stride, but at the same time not, because you don't expect to do the same strat over and over again. But somehow Team Secret made it work. But the other one, wherein the crucial playoff thing, yeah, the Genji, the Genji series. We don't want to talk about that, but we want to lay out the deets. There was a very good line on how Envy and NDG played in game number 1. Game number 2, yeah, very rough for them, but they did not recover whatsoever. And after like losing numerous series, they still are not trying to uplift themselves after losing so many BO3s. So I do think mental state, they still are not there, but performance, they already are good as a team. On paper, you might see them as a mid tier team, but I do see them having a game or two between DRX or even T1 at this point. So playoffs, yes, but for me, Team Secret needs to work out on the fact that number one, probably kick out Breeze on your map pool, and number
Get off the beach.
Warburgs, take notes.
I swear. And number two, probably play around Jeremy and Borkum. There is a good amount of util and support that Borkum gives as a team. Like, let's say Borkum is a spark plug for Team Secret. There's a lot to take note about how Borkum gives so many good vibes to his teammates, especially on that series with Talon. Like the 2 times when Talon faced off with Team Secret, you would put the spotlight on Jeremy or even Jesse at some occasions. But for Borkum, he was like really right there on the right place on the right time, trying to get a crucial retakes and as well as giving out the message that you should do this, you should do that, and most of the time it works. So if Team Secret manages to be that consistent and evens out the APAC benchmark, which are like Gen G, PRX, or even T1, if they could like go in that line and ascend really, really high, yeah, playoffs is like the best bet for TS. I could also see them deep in Shanghai, but then again, it's a fever dream as to how Team Secret will overcome a huge adversity on their hands.
So that was a fever dream. That's a funny way to put it, but
I like
okay, I like
Yeah,
it.
I
I like it. I like the spirit. But anyway, yeah. So that's Salvatore's thing. Now that you've said that, where do you want to put them? Like Dark Horse.
Okay.
Uh,
They look like a good playoff team.
okay,
Pretty sure.
so
Yeah, they look like a
I think we're on 3 for playoffs, 1 for Dark. Sorry,
Horse.
3 ba?
I'm Dark
Yeah,
Horse.
3, and then you're Dark Horse. So Mochi na lang. So Mochi, what do you think?
I think Mochi's gone.
Oh, that's okay.
Dark Horse.
It's okay. So
Cricket.
I guess the darkness has claimed Mochi for now. So we're gonna move on over and actually.
Oh, is she here? Oh, is she here? Wait,
I hear
I hear cars.
in my head.
I hear cars. I hear 9:48 in the evening in Pampanga. Has to be Mochi.
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
I think Mochi, are you here?
Pampanga to Mochi.
Parang
Pampanga to Mochi?
Yeah.
Our location to Mochi. Hello. Where is you?
Musta ba dyan sa Dubai?
Okay, I guess we're okay. Siguro okay lang for now.
Yeah.
And go back to Mochi if she has a counterpoint.
Yes.
But I think we're putting them in playoffs for now. If Mochi somehow convinces us later when she comes back, then we'll or Mochi can just chat us. If you can hear us, chat us your answer and we will relay the message to our loving viewers here in episode 1. So yeah, I think we'll put Team Secret at playoffs first. So next up, you got RRQ, which has had an interesting past in their how the roster has been moving about.
Mm-hmm.
Any opinions? Anyone want to start this? L, Matt.
Alright. So, personally, I think RQ, how do I put this? All their 3 losses, if you look at it, has been to Genji.
Genji, yeah.
Yes.
Genji.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, in 3 weeks, we're gonna face Genji again, right?
No.
So I don't know what's gonna happen to this team, but looking at the roster, there's Xfero, Jemkin, Australia, Flipsider, Elmimore, and then Tuge as the 6th man, and then they have Ewok, and then they added Vox Size as their analyst. But so far, from what I see, this team is like the best dark horse team there is. Why? Because they have Jemkin, right? Jemkin has been a performer. Yeah, forget that bind game from Scar's Ascension against Bleed. Forget that. But Jemkin has been a performer. He has been very vocal and he has been like very impactful, as the team has said so. Because he's the duelist, he's very vocal and he knows where to take this team in terms of direction. And Ewok, their coach, has been saying that as well, that this is like a very good addition for us because it's always going to be that vocalization. And then now they added Australia, another Ascension player from D plus Key, I think.
Yeah,
that
D plus.
has been filling in the roles where EJ and Eman has left. So right now, I think in terms of form, they're steadily rising. But in terms of contention with other teams, I don't think that we can really sum them up to be, hey, they're equal to this, hey, they're equal to this.
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
So I think they're the best dark horse team at this point. They can maybe surprise, but they can also surprise in a very good way, in a very a coin flip. But for sure, I'm expecting good surprises.
I love
they're
that
the best
you said
dark
they're
horse
the
team
best
for me.
dark horse team, El. Kasi I absolutely agree. I mean, you did say that your last 3 games nila in Pacific was against Genji.
Yeah.
And okay, that's, I guess malas na in that regard. But if you take a look at the games, it's two best of threes, right? But both of those series is one best of three games. And then if you take a look at the numbers closer, 3 out of the 6 games went 13-11. This is Gen G. This is the number 1 seed we have in
Yep.
Pacific right now, right? And Rex Ragumkion, a team that is composed of these random players.
I love how you
not-
said
not-
the entire name and not called him just RRQ.
sorry, I got hyped up. I mean, it's a team that's composed of
Rose
these players
adrenaline is on
that
peak.
have a ton of experience individually, and you'd see them performing against Gen G very, very closely. I think nothing else comes close to the phrase dark horse than RRQ in the whole Pacific roster now. So 100% dark horse then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Go lang, Salva. Go lang.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you look up the word dark horse on the dictionary, there's like a picture that is the image of the team logo of RRQ, and that there's really nothing much to say about RRQ. They oh, I'm laughing because you're laughing. Oh my god, I just wanna keep up the vibes here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, going back. So RRQ really is indeed that team that is really close to getting out of like this whole environment we're in. We don't want to be dark horses anymore. We just want to be contenders. We want to be playoff teams. We want to join the major tournaments. We want to be crowned champions. But then again, RRQ has a huge chip on their shoulder, and it's the amount of like spontaneity in their game style and how they react to such an APAC environment for them. So is RRQ an APAC team? Yes. Do they play like it? Probably. You could tell. Might be yes, might be no. On a different day, they might be. On a different day, they really look like a team from a challengers NA team because of how like mixed they are in terms of game style. Consistency wise, yes. So I do think that we should take the sample size of the RRQ games in vain because they just played with Gen G. But now they do have a huge chance of possibly destroying the narrative that we are dark horses, we should be contenders. So RRQ could be breaking the glass ceiling in this split, hopefully, because I'm looking forward to a monstrous performance by Australia and Tugi. So now, is RRQ going to be a playoffs team? To me, absolutely not. They still have a lot. So sorry. They still have a lot more work to do. But if Dark Horse is indeed like a glorified thing to say that they are such a good team, then yes, they are indeed a Dark Horse.
Okay. Before we move on, I just want to point out how you hyped them up so much.
They're not going to playoffs.
Are they a playoffs team? You see, no.
Like, I can do
I was so,
it's like this.
so
Hey,
ready.
It's like this.
Hey,
Like,
this
I
is
can do this, and this, but this, no. I can't do this. That's off limit.
yo, like the balance of good and bad. I'm at they're at the middle. See, they're good. They might be bad. They might be good. But that might get me
So,
remembered,
okay.
but for RRQ, that's one thing that they could like possibly take inspiration from. Like, yo, this guy said RRQ is not gonna make playoffs.
Okay. I like that. So I think we're all agreeing in the dark horse like department, right? It's so funny because I thought Salvatore was gonna say something towards maybe they'll get the playoffs because like
Maybe they get
he had
China.
like a whole paragraph. Out. He hypes it up, right? He's there for the setup. You know when you're about to set him up to explode, and then he says, "Will they make playoffs?" No.
And I
Can't
was
go that far.
stand by that.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah,
Okay,
respect it though, respect it.
so we're still waiting
Respect
for
RRQ.
Mochi's input here. We'll go back to that later, but you know, in the interest of time, let's move on to GE Global Esports. Everyone.
Ooh.
Side note.
I have a lot.
Yeah.
Side note. Did
to
you guys see? Did you guys see? The new jerseys for GE.
I did. I just saw them.
Wait, let me just
Bro.
let me just pull it up.
I'm gonna pull it up here so everyone in the audience can see
It's so
what
good.
what the jersey
Yeah,
looks like.
bro. It's so fire. The new jersey. You want to look like them? It's
This
so
doesn't-
fire. So good.
It sounds like sarcasm to me, but I
It's so
hope like
good.
I'm wrong.
I'm so sorry.
No, look, it's so good.
It-
It's so good.
I hope like on the tone of Datum's on the tone of Datum saying that GE's jersey is fire. Like
It's so funny too.
if
'cause,
someone's pulling you from the back to say don't believe it, don't believe it.
Okay. Here E jersey.
if you want to look as cool as these
If you want to look
guys-
as cool as these guys, wait, there's a better photo. There's a better photo where you can see the entire jersey.
Yeah, pull me Polvi. Oh, there we go.
Right, okay. I have a question. What if I don't want to look as cool as these guys? What's gonna happen?
You're a loser, L. Sheesh, look at that.
I mean, to be fair, it looks like one of those. What do you do? What's it called when you dip the t-shirt in water? With
tie-dye.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye.
Look at the Intel patch on the right
I
titty there.
wonder what his GPU is.
Dude, GE looks like a system unit. Oh my god.
I feel so bad for
It's like-
roasting
you know, like
GE right now.
That
It's
you
like
get
Boy
from
Scout
getting
patches.
from buying processors, and then you slap onto a GE jersey, then you have that.
Okay, moving on. I don't know what this is.
So
It
sick.
it seems to be. I don't know if that's a panther, a tiger, whatever it
global,
is.
man.
But I guess that's the vision. I don't know. Maybe you put the face like on the chest and it looks a little bit better. But right now it's just like, what the hell is this? But anyway, moving on. Well, we're gonna stop roasting the jersey. We're gonna go back to the tier list because
Are we roasting
we got
jerseys?
really off
We're
track
definitely
today.
hyping the jerseys.
Okay, moving
Okay,
on.
okay, let's go.
GE right now, what do they look like to you? I have no strong feelings towards GE right now. I think they look a little bit messy during kickoff, but again, we go back to the logic that we have such a small sample size of matches that I'm not entirely sure what their map pool looks like or what they need to really work on. Right? Essentially, I think they might. In my head, they're more of a still needs time team. They're definitely not looking as good as RRQ or Talon or
Yeah.
even Team Secret, right? This is no bias, but right, I mean the players on this team for GE, they are kind of, they're definitely not, they're not bad players like mechanically or anything like that. It's more of a like maybe play as a team type of thing.
I think this team,
What?
in terms of the tier list, they still need more time. Okay, Global Esports, right? Global Esports,
yeah,
they
yeah.
got rid of their former coach. In text, I think it was Texture. Let me just check the transactions over here. Head coach, Eraser. They got rid of Eraser. They put in Spin, like their assistant coach into head coach. He got another, what's this? British guy, and the assistant coach, they got a performance coach as a
British
British guy. And then their manager is Korean, and then they have a random staff
Wait,
named
dude,
That's so global of
they're
global
actually global
esports.
esports.
Global
Right?
esports.
So I don't know. Mind you, they still have an Indian representative in their staff. It
They
doesn't
do, they
matter.
do.
It doesn't just have to be the players that have one engine in the team. It has to be the staff as well. If you look at the roster on VLR, this team can scrim itself, man. This team can, hey, we don't have scrims. Wait, I'm call up the boys. Come on, let's scrim. We need to practice this right now. So they have 5 people. Oh my goodness, I don't want to face this team, man. But in terms of performance, I don't think that winning over Bleed matters, especially if Yay is not
Yay.
It's not playing his best agents, right? I mean, they get to face Yay on the Viper. That's on the Viper. That's already a handicap to Bleed. So I think that the win is
Doesn't count.
doesn't really concern. Mind you, it's a 2-1. They almost lost to Yay playing Viper. And then they lost 0-2 convincingly to Zeta Division, which is of course a strong mid-pack team, higher mid-tier team. And then that's it. So far, the matches that they have was Zeta, Bleed, and then if you look closer down to the lower parts, they had an off-season event in India.
They did. They had the GXR Invitational, I think.
Yeah, and then this was like they were like one of the few teams in the off-season to get matches outside of the region, right? So it was Paper X Sentinels and then G on Convergence. Lucky them, they got to face which they beat, but they lost again to Vitality. Okay, what's the point here? Point here
yeah.
is they beat teams that are trying to build themselves up as well. So in terms of building, yeah, we're ahead. But when they get to those established teams,
Yeah.
wait, how do we figure this out? Right?
Yeah.
How do we figure this out? So
Yeah.
yeah, they still need more time. They're not DFM level. Maybe next split they might be. I hope so. Just kidding. But yeah, they still need time, and I hope those 5 people at the coaching staff can you know
Yeah.
scrim the team sometimes. Hey, you should do this. You should do that. But nah, I don't think
Yeah.
so, man.
We'll
That's
see.
a
I
lot of
mean,
voices.
Yeah. I
how
think-
long have we had since kickoff? It's been like an entire month at the very least, right? Because we had
Yeah,
Madrid,
February.
we had kickoff, and they were kicked out of kickoff a little early. So
Yeah.
again, like I think maybe like you said, they're maybe struggling on the side of establishing like how they want to play as a team, like an identity. And I think that's really what's kind of hampering them from beating those heavy hitters, right? Where I think they're in my opinion somewhere between dark horse and still needs time. But of course, there's nothing in between those two. Do we have any other like strong feelings about GE?
Okay, I think GE is a team that's been in limbo ever since their inception. I mean, for the longest time, GE was SK Rossi Esports. Last year, SK Rossi got
Oh
removed.
my gosh, yes.
Still in my
Last
mind.
year, last year he got removed. So and
I
then
just
they
remembered.
started adding.
You just reminded me that he's no longer there.
Yeah, he's not here anymore.
In my
But then they
mind, he's
started
still
adding
there.
All these random people. Ben Kike from Paper X came in. Blaze King is here now too. And then
Hey, at
every
least it's true to the branding, you know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
Fair.
each country's
Being
got their own
global.
representative here, and I think global is at least they've run out of they're out of the star player mentality, but they're now finding their what personality. Because I
Yeah.
think they have all the tools they need here, but they definitely need more time.
Wait, they
need
might have
more
to cut
time.
you off.
Hmm.
If GE was an ulam, there'd be chop suey.
They'd be chop suey. Shout
I
out
love
to Daryl who's in chat right now. He said the same thing.
right?
He
They'd
said
be
GE
chop suey.
chop suey, and I agree
Chop suey.
100%. So yeah, just like Matt said, just like El said, they are a team that is no longer like when you start a team and it's like, okay, we have a peak player, we have a star player like 2021 type Valorant, and now they have moved away from that. But because you've moved away from that, now you don't have an identity, and because of that, I think that's really what's hampering them. Maybe, or hopefully, rather, for those in India who are fans of GE, they have been able to find something out in scrims during the downtime after kickoff.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I still definitely needs more time. Salve,
Yeah.
you gotta.
Any objections?
you have
Okay,
thoughts on
so
GE?
gotta agree with still needs time because in my mind, a roster with SK Rossi, Texture, and Monyet in one team looks like really like a playoff caliber team. But we all know what happened. So now in the off season, they promoted Russ into the mix and got Lightning Fast, Polvi, and Blaze King to like mix well together. Like they also like had a hype introduction entering into APAC because they were like widely considered as a team that could potentially break it into the APAC region. But then again, yeah, global esports really needs a lot of time. And when I say time, like a good amount of time when DRX was
Like how many
was
months
just-
are we talking?
months. Not really months. I'll give them one more split to work out any chemistry issues.
Yeah.
Or I'll give them one more split and probably take some notes as to how DRX grew as a team. Like DRX went from a team from Korea to a very strong team, and now they are like back into the mix of being just good. But for global esports, they still have a good amount of contention in making sure that they really are a formidable franchise. So I do hope that Lightning Fast and Blaze King, like two of the players that a lot of people are looking forward to like grow and hopefully carry the global esports flag, could be the ones to take care.
flag?
Yeah, I don't know, like the one that looks like the jersey what that they have. Probably like that probably looks like the flag that they have. So yeah. So going back, so yeah, global esports, they have like they already have utensils, but they still don't know how to use it. So that's like a
Like a
very good.
baby.
So
Yeah.
like they can't decide between whether they want to use chopsticks or your hands or
Yeah.
your spoon and fork.
Yes,
They got everything.
So thank you so
They're,
much.
they're just
Thank you so much.
you're saying like they have this bowl in front of them. They're just like
Yeah, yeah, they're trying to force the circle block into the star hole, something sort of a confusion from them. So yeah, so global esports, I might say that they are dark horses, but then again, they still are a struggling team to break out. Yeah, like the bleed game doesn't count. Do we count the bleed game?
No, we don't. We don't talk about that.
No,
We
we
don't talk about that.
absolutely no, we absolutely
Okay.
not.
So let's move this forward. I'm gonna actually give you guys a little insight on what Mochi just said. So she actually talked about here, knowing that Benkai is on the team, there might still be some sort of like download time. You know, when you have a new IGL and you need to kind of fix that system around the IGL. You know how, say for example, Optic weren't really at peak form at the start, right? You can't put together a super team and immediately hope that everything clicks into place. And I think that's where it really came in here. Wherein the Mochi's point here is that they have the firepower. You have Blaze King, you have Lightning Fast, and some really great other members at Polvi. We talked about them earlier. And according to her, right, they're actually really keen on being more of the I don't know, the marketing's great for this team, right? I think you guys remember the roster reveal for GE, which was actually really fire.
Yeah.
But they need to follow up on that with some fire performances as well. But I think to close, we're all in the still needs time here. So let's move on. Next up, Gen G, our number one seed from kickoff. I'm definitely putting them in Masters Shanghai, but that's just me. If we have any opposing views, right? I don't think we need to really expand on Gen G.
Yeah,
right?
And it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Okay, it's done. We're moving on. Gen G, Masters Shanghai, first seed or second seed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Followed
sure.
up next here, we got Zeta Division. I think. Does anyone have any strong feelings about Zeta Division? To me, they're. You know how we have DFM like on the bottom tier here as a
Oh my god.
a representative of the Japanese fan base, and I think Zeta Division have done a much better job of representing the Japan viewer base here. So I definitely put them maybe here. Not it still needs time. I think the way that Zeta Division has been playing as a team as a whole, right? It's actually pretty solid. They do have a pretty good core of players that should have a good amount of. My cat is in the way. Should have a good amount of chemistry together at this point in time. But again, judging by their performances in kickoff, which it isn't, again, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of data to go over. I'd put them in dark horse. I think they have the potential, and they're really close to breaking that glass ceiling that they have right now. But they're just not there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do have a breakout performance in Split 1. But it has to be proven before I'm totally convinced.
I feel like Zeta is one of those teams. Guys, I don't know if you're familiar with League of Legends scene. It's like the best NA LCS team.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Like they're so good. They're so good in NA, but then bring them to international stage and they're kaput. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I think that's the big issue with Zeta. I mean, I feel like they're still yet to adapt to the international playstyle. I mean, they played against Team Secret in kickoff. It was not the best. They got 113. That is a very wrong.
We talked about Team Secret being a middle of the pack team, like solid middle of the pack, but middle of the pack nonetheless.
Yep.
Right? And if you're beaten down by a middle of the pack team, what does that say about of your team, right? Like what?
Exactly.
Where are
Yep.
you? What's missing? Are you still in vacation mode? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but then you take a look at some of their other games, like T1. They lost against T1, sure, but like 2 out of the 3 games they played was really, really close, and then they're able to consistently beat global esports. So I they're a type of team that is lower mid pack, but a little bit above global. So I'm putting them just maybe between Dark Horse and still needs time. But honestly, he still needs time because I think Zeta is just not at the same caliber as Talon or RQ or especially Team Secret that is at playoffs there. So yeah, I think Zeta just needs a little bit more cook time in the international stage.
Yeah, put him in a pressure
I-
cooker or something. You know, maybe you'll get that bulalo.
I'd like to counterpoint that.
Sure.
Okay.
For me, Zeta is a solid playoffs team. Why? Because I have 3 points, right? I have 3 points. Genji, Team Secret, and T1. These are the teams that they lost against when they played in the kickoff, right? So yeah, who are these three teams? Yeah, T1 is going to be great because they have X-Ray, they have Rossi, they have a lot of good players, plus a solid core from last year that didn't really change much, plus a new coach that has been helping them bolster their into top four, right? So that's fine. That's fine to lose to them. Team Secret again. That's literally a
Top four or top five, yeah.
Yeah, top five. They only lost because, of course, it's Icebox, it's Ascent, and Secret was angry that they lost against
They
Genji
were, man.
in overtime, right? And then, of course, Genji, that's a given. Genji has been the most consistent, even from last year when I had some inside knowledge about who their fifth player was going to be, which turned out to be Caron. It's going to be so hard to play against Genji because of just how smart these players are. Plus Solo being their coach, very disciplinarian, very very great in counter attacking most of these teams. So Zeta had it rough, but if you compare this to like their performances over last year and over towards the I'd say off season, they had to face Fnatic. Had to face Cloud9. They had to face Navi as well. So considering the fact that they had experience with international teams even before the season started, even before kickoff and Masters started, that should have given them a head start into what they practice. It's just that locally it doesn't work, but internationally, however, it can. But the problem is you have to get by.
You need to get there first.
Yeah, you need to get there first. You need to get out of the school to get into the computer shop, something like that. But Zeta, they're good. They never got someone outside their org ever. I think it's only Huron that was from Fennel, and then who's their other dude? I think his name is Huron. He's from Zeta Academy. They have a whole team of analysts that
They
help
do,
them as
yes.
well. And they got Carlau from Furia or MIBR, I think. Yeah, Furia to head coach for them. So they have a good trajectory. I would say even better because looking at the team that they played, they're going to play in this upcoming week or in the upcoming stage one. It's going to be the teams that they faced before. It's Global, Secret, Bleed, Genji, and T1. The teams that have beaten them and the teams that they have won over. So it's going to be pretty cool what they cook up, but I would say they're still gonna make playoffs.
I don't think so, L. I don't think so. I
No,
don't
come
think
on,
so.
you gotta give the Japanese a chance, man.
Listen,
You can't
listen.
put both of them in DFM.
No, listen. You said so yourself. They played against big teams, right? International teams, Fnatic, Cloud9. And this was end of last year. And this was a few months before Pacific kickoff. So they have like 3 months off of that practice to play against Team Secret, against Genji. But they lost L 113. L.
Yeah, because they picked their best maps. They picked the best maps of their enemy. Come on.
Listen. I mean, if that international experience was gonna come into play, it would have come to play by now. But it's 113, bro. One round. I don't know. At best, I'll give them Dark Horse, but playoffs, I don't think so.
Okay, pause.
I don't think so.
Pause. Good. We have two opposing things on the spectrum. One saying they definitely need time. One saying that they might go to playoffs, right? And Salvatore, before I butt in, what do you think?
Okay, so what does it mean when a team like Zeta Division only wins in a bout against global esports? So what do you guys think in your head? So I do think that Zeta Division at best it really is comparable, might not be, to a team like global esports wherein they're not there yet, but when you look at their roster it looks very very impressive. So Zeta Division, I really like the goal of L saying that they are indeed a playoff just because of how much challenge and adversity that they faced through T1 and as well as Genji. But you gotta really admire how Zeta Division really is developing their players into a form wherein you gotta learn the hard way sort of mindset. But yeah, that kickoff really showed that they only are capable of taking down global esports, and that's one narrative that they could use to escape out from. So if is Zeta Division going to be a dark horse team? Not really. So yeah, so I do think that Zeta Division still also needs time, just so that they could focus a lot of development and consistency over to Dep and as well, or might be even Sugar Zero. Dep and Sugar Zero had really a good series over Team Secret. It would take a good amount of games wherein Dep really was something else for Zeta Division. But then again, that's just one thing. There's a list of possibilities that Zeta Division could use or escape from in terms of being the best Japanese team out of APAC. So yeah, I gotta give them still needs time.
Okay. So I think I have the perfect way to clinch this, right?
Okay.
So the format's weird, right? You go through split one, you don't play against all the other teams in the league. So I think let's take a look at what their matches are right now. So I'm gonna share my screen. You guys can take a look here at what's going on. And so for split one, you need to be top 2 of your group to make it into playoffs, right? You need to have one of the, if not the first 2, maybe 3 or 4 of these matches to make it into playoffs. And Zeta Division are playing against the following teams in split one, right? You have GE.
Okay.
That's one win, okay? Team Secret.
No.
Do they win?
No.
They do not win against Team Secret. So that's one each.
I don't think so.
Next, we have Bleed. They're playing against Bleed here.
I think Bleed is a 50-50.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a coin flip. Gen G, they're gonna get slapped around. Right? Any objections? No, right?
No.
Okay,
No argument.
and then we have T1 that are gonna be playing against. Do they win this?
I think it's.
I'd say 40-60.
yeah.
I'd
yeah,
gi-
I think it's
I'd
close.
I'd give T1 a 2-1. Yeah.
Okay, so out of this how many matches is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of the 5 matches, they win against GE. It's a coin flip against Bleed. They lose to Team Secret. They lose to Gen G.
T1.
Even if they win against T1, that still gives them 2 out of 5 wins in the first split. So given that, I think we should put them in still needs time. Objections?
But
Well-
don't you think that they had enough time when they fought over Genji, Secret, and T1 in
They
kickoff?
also. Well, they
Right?
also had enough time after they fought Cloud9, after they fought Fnatic.
Yeah, but do you think that the still needs time happened during kickoff? So now
Okay.
they're in playoff.
Fair. Okay, so
You can have
okay,
that
so I think
argument.
we're split down the middle here. Mochi will be our
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. I think Mochi's okay now. I think she can speak now.
Hi,
According to
Mochi.
our group chat. So in your opinion, do Zeta Division belong in playoffs, Dark Horse, or still needs time?
Actually, my main requirement kasi to say something that a team needs time is pagka meron laging bago sa team nila. So personally, I first time because
That's fair.
not only that, there's already a lot of people that yes, also getting they've been able to discover their strengths and weaknesses, and we all know how Laz, Dep, and those people are really being loved by people all around the world. But at the same time, knowing that they've got this new kid from the academy, which is something I really admire because that just means that they really value the essence of having or fostering new talents at the same time, and just keeping on letting them grow through storm and sunny days. But yeah, I feel like they are indeed a team that needs more time, not just because of the fact that they have a new person in their team, but also the fact that there is a lot of changes as well, which, don't get me wrong, a lot of teams have a lot of changes as well, and all of them are just adjusting. But at the same time, I can say that, it's Zeta. They've gotten some or like quite a couple of big breaks, and they're yet to experience more.
Okay, so I think that settles it. We're gonna put them in still needs time. Before we move on, above or below GE?
Above?
Yeah, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a question we need answered.
Okay, fair. I just wanted to say it for the content to make sure that, I'm not assuming anything, right?
Right, you're
Chat
above
might get
GE.
violent.
yeah, but
Anyway,
they
moving
consistently
on.
beat GE, so
So Zeta here and still needs time. Next, of course, Paper X. I think we're not
Yeah.
gonna have any debate here where Paper X just goes to Master Shanghai.
Especially when Jing is back.
exactly. I was
Yeah.
about to
Jing
bring
is
that
back.
up. Jing is back.
Welcome back.
He's
Paper
back.
X. Paper
Jing
X
is back. All right.
The world is
God,
the
beat
world
up.
is healing.
I think
The
I think
world is
Genji's gonna get
healing.
beat, honestly, but could be wrong.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see. Because they had to adjust to Monyet, and then now they have to adjust back. And the changes again. I think what put Paper X on top was the of Madrid was I think it was Monyet waking up. But now that Monyet doesn't have to wake up because Jing's back, it's a question of whether or not they pick up where they left off or if they have to start over.
They're gonna
Diba?
be fine.
Mhm.
I think they're gonna be
Yeah,
fine.
but I definitely think they're making it to Shanghai though. Either way.
Yeah.
Okay. No debate there. T1 X-Curate. Any opinions? I think they go to playoffs. But I'm gonna give the floor to whoever has very, very, very strong feelings.
Hmm. We could argue that they could be the third in Shanghai.
Yeah, I was
Or
thinking the same thing.
They can argue that because of how they were literally performing. It just sucked for them that they had to go against Paper X.
Yeah.
Yeah, in kickoff, right? So that's I think the deal breaker when it came to their performance. But overall, the only loss they had was over to Paper X in terms of their what they call this kickoff run, right? So with the matches that they're gonna have, I don't think they're gonna lose most of them. I think Paper X will be highly contested, but everything else would be fine for me. So there is
Yeah.
big case that they would make Shanghai, especially with the firepower that they have right now, especially with some of their players having that international experience as well. Saya, Carpe,
Oh.
of course, they have that, and not to mention they've also been kind of in the off-season tournaments, but that's a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
That's, again, losing to Paper X, losing to the old DRX before changes happened. So T1 will fight for that third Shanghai spot.
Yeah. I think definitely playoffs. Any contrary opinions? Any counterpoints? Wala.
No, I'm
Nah.
just gonna say
Okay.
T1, I think massive potential internationally. I mean, Rosie's Viper, just crazy. I mean, Paper X was having trouble dealing with
And
Rosie.
X-Curate, bro.
Yeah, X-Curate,
Yeah.
I feel like
X-Curate,
T1, if
insane.
they- I want to see them in the international stage because I think they could do great things.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good there. T1. Moving on, DRX.
Oh,
Actually, I'm on playoffs for T1.
Oh,
not
playoffs?
Masters. Yeah, I'm on playoffs.
Yeah, I think
And
playoffs
F1
for
is-
T1. No, we're
I'm
not
still
sure yet. I
picking
wouldn't call them.
Shanghai for them.
I gotta give them Shanghai as well.
Really?
Oh wait,
yeah,
how many
like-
Shanghai? I say
Can we
playoffs.
put
I say
T1 at the
Shanghai.
middle of playoffs?
Let's just make we'll just make another another row and call it T1.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know
Yeah.
for some reason.
I think
like,
they have
I'll
a-
get
I think they have a
abilities
pretty
of
good
confidence.
shot.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so now it's not DFM that has their own tier. T1 has their own tier now. So quick update for those in chat. Moving on, we'll talk about DRX, who are in a really weird situation at the moment. They are had some roster moves that are interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of this? I think because you know how DRX was kind of weird in kickoff, and they were really solid in the past, but this year they seem to have lost their spark. So to me, they have kind of downgraded from playoffs. If this was old DRX, I'd see playoffs, maybe even Master Shanghai. But in their current form, I'd put them in upper dark horse. Maybe, no, not upper dark, lower dark horse, below RRQ. Any counterpoints?
Personally,
I,
it's still needs time for me.
You go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know that Buzz, Mako, and Fox and I are already there, quite existing, but I feel like knowing that we're not quite, I mean, personally, kahit tayo, diba, we're quite unsure of what they have to offer onto the table. I mean, there's already the existing, but how would they be able to work with the other people in the
Yeah.
team? So, yeah, still needs time. That's just it for me. Pretty short.
Fair.
I think
Okay.
they're still gonna make playoffs though, because if you look at it, their players that are new, I think Bane was it. He
Bane,
was
yeah.
from DRX
Yeah.
Academy, DRX Prospects. He only joined another team in China to be a stand-in, not a permanent join-in. So he technically did not have to travel really away for a long time from the team because still technically on loan. So if DRX, from of course, guys, I'm a coach. From what I see and what I know, DRX, whenever one of them is sick, they get someone from their prospects to play in for them, and
Yeah.
that to me speaks that. Hey guys, this kid is from our academy. He can fit in whatever style we want because they're literally playing the same style as us, right? So it doesn't have to be like, hey, we're gonna bring in someone new. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a reset again. No, we're gonna slot him in. We're gonna do what we keep doing, and then let's just see how he performs. So the big fact here is how they perform, how Bane will perform on this team, which to me doesn't really speak bad of him because. Of course, that's the DRX standard, right? If there's a genuine
Yep.
standard, there's a DRX standard that they're Koreans. And of course, they're going to have that solid core of Stacks, Boys, Mako, Foxy9. And I think playoffs is still arguable for them. What is not arguable to me is Shanghai. I think they're going to be having a hard time getting there, especially depending on the bracket that we see at playoffs. But so far, playoffs guaranteed. Shanghai, not
Not
really.
so much.
Depends on who we're gonna face.
I think the bigger picture here. I mean, we talk about Flashback getting bumped down, taking some time off, right? And an academy player stepping in for him. I think it's not a question of whether they're gonna fit into the roster. It's a question of are they gonna have as much impact as Flashback, right? Because the last match that DRX played was against Gen G.
What was,
They-
sorry, quick question. What was Flashback playing in kickoff? Do you remember?
I think
He
he was playing Sentinel.
Yeah, Cypher.
He was playing
mostly.
Sentinel. And if they're switching Bane for Flashback, and we're assuming, right, that they do the DRX thing where, okay, we're gonna put you in, but you have to play this guy's role, then he's gonna have to play Sentinel. Wait, let me pull up VLR real quick. And Bane has been playing. What has he been playing?
He's playing Duelist.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be a big adjustment, to be honest.
Well, no, but you know what he plays Duelist? He played in
think
China.
Yeah, I think
Also
he's the
true.
best player there. So. I'm sorry to say, but I think he's playing Duelist only because he's the best there. But yeah, back to my point. I think the biggest question is Bane gonna have as much impact as Flashback? I think that's why I'm putting them at Dark Horse because we just don't know. We just don't know if it's gonna be at the same caliber. It's gonna be bigger even. So
Yeah.
it's a big Dark Horse for me.
you know what? I think, yeah, because we keep talking about like the data based on kickoffs, but this is essentially it's gonna be a slightly different team, and the data doesn't hold at this point
Yeah.
in time. So I think so. El says playoffs. Mochi says still needs time, and Matt says dark horse.
Iba-iba pa
I,
tayo.
we're gonna average it out. We're gonna average it out and put it in dark horse.
Yeah, go for that.
What about
Absolutely.
Andre? What about Self? What about
Oh,
Self?
me. Oh, me. Okay, so not gonna lie. I gotta agree with Mochi saying that DRX needs time. Considering that from kickoff to split one, they have to endure a roster change. And when you have a roster change, it's gonna take it's gonna take a pretty good amount of time to integrate this new player into the system that you built for so many years now. And he's going to be that person that will receive a lot of pressure from the person who played from the past. So Flashback had to endure the pressure of Zest, who had a really lasting impact to that DRX run. So now
Oh, man, yeah.
he played kickoff, and we saw some glimpse, but wasn't as impactful as Zest. So now Bane is now entering into that same spectrum that Flashback had. So DRX is going to have another minor setback once again in integrating Bane into the lineup we're in. Is he going to share the duelist role with Buzz? Is Buzz going to adjust? Is Foxy9 probably gonna also have to step back in order for Bane to, pop off? Probably. Then again, there's so much performance stangling in the lineup of DRX right now that I couldn't even put them at playoffs. But still needs time is also a good environment for them to test that. Hey, DRX might be able to capitalize on this opportunity to actually play better. Hopefully, get a game or two in a caliber team like RRQ or even Team Secret. But then again, DRX is going to have this sort of environment once again that they are locked in for a good amount of time before they once again be that DRX that we all know and love.
So I have to be like TLDR, there's like a lot of setbacks, but there's also like a lot of new possibilities that they can brainstorm and try it out, knowing that it's a new person in the team. So it can be a double-edged sword, to be honest, because trying things out just means that you can actually
Throw
press
something
out
at the wall
what
until
you
it sticks.
Yeah, especially that they've been there for quite some time. There's a lot of expectations now that Flashback is gone, and it's already up to Bane how he would be able to put up with those types of pressure. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that
think
settles it.
that settles it. Top of still needs time. Definitely better than G. Definitely better than Zeta. Any?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So wait. I just realized something. We're down to the last team. It's Bleed.
Oh,
and
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yay!
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 Okay. So going back to Bleed, what happened in the last few weeks? For those who do not know, they signed Zest, who we talked about earlier, is a pretty much of a really important player on DRX, and I think Zest might be a good addition to Bleed as a team. But before we go into the data, the nitty gritty of who's gonna play what, right now, right? You have Bleed, who are a mixed roster, wherein I think only one person on the team has English as the first language, and they're gonna be playing as a team in English. And Zest came from a full Korean team. He does speak English, but it's not his first language as well. So they're all gonna be speaking English. Ye's not gonna be IGLing. That also gives you a language barrier wherein whoever's IGLing, I think it's scary, is now gonna have to have better English to be able to work with Ye. And that's not including the points that they're putting Ye on Viper. They're putting Ye on Killjoy. Your anchor / duelist player is playing some very strange comps. Really strange agents in your comps as a team. So it's like, what is going on?
Alright, cut the cap. Let's put them next to DFM, please. Come on.
No. Listen.
Yes, come on.
Wait. Stop. Wait.
Okay.
Wait, you're
Hold on,
listen. You're
hold on.
disrespecting Ye, putting them next to
I'm
DFM, bro.
disrespecting his Viper, first and foremost.
It's still Ye, bro. It's still Ye. No, listen. Aside,
But wait, okay. So, let's go back to VLR.
Right.
Stop.
Come on.
Let's go back to VLR. Okay, I'm gonna
Bring back
share
the list. Bring the list. Come on.
lead right now. This is their current record. Okay, they
they
won.
beat DFM. See, they beat DFM. They're not the same level. They beat DFM. Get
At least they're above
higher.
BFM in the tier list.
Okay, wait, but counterpoint, right? They are above DFM. So if we put them in the tier list as in DFM level, but above DFM, I think that makes sense, right?
I
Yes,
think
above the FM.
this is disrespectful to the players. Like Darion, Yay, Retla. These are crazy. These players are crazy good. But then
To be
I don't know
fair, to be fair though, guys, they won Ascension, so that means
They won
still,
Ascension.
they're still a tier 2 team entering the tier 1 level. So that's why they're going to be there, right? So right now, their situation is like, okay, we lost our best player in Juicy. We lost, I think, I think that's Juicy that's gone. We got, who did they get? Egoist.
CDLR.
They got Egoist, right? They got Egoist. And then Egoist went out, and then there's someone else that went out. I forgot. Let me check the transactions.
Transactions
Crazy guy,
here.
Yeah. Crazy guy went inactive. Egoist went for college. I don't know why. And then they got Zest and Retla. Okay, Zest. Very good track record. DRX. And then he got benched multiple times. Doesn't matter. He's currently playing, or he was playing, for a roster in VCT Korea called IAM. And they only lost to D plus Esports, right? Okay, next, Retla. Who is this guy? Who's this dude? Where did he come from? Okay, let's search. Paper Rex, okay. And then Bleed, okay. And then he left Bleed. And then he joined Bleed again. And he joined some other teams. And then joined Bleed again. So basically, he went in, out of the league. Right?
Wait, so Retla is essentially like the Rooney of Pacific.
Yeah, he's the Rooney
He
of
goes.
Pacific.
He's off C9. He's back on C9. He's off C9 again. He's back on C9 again.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
oh wait, listen. I've been seeing Retla ever since 2021. He's a good player. He's a very, very good player. He's been hovering just above the tier 2 scene, and then I think Bleed sees him a lot, which is why they were so open to picking him up. He's a pretty good player, but I'm not sure if that translates into the Pacific scene.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna cherry pick some things that you guys said. Okay. Matt said they're a little bit above tier 2, and this is tier 1, and they're a little bit above tier 2.
I'm specifically saying for Retla why he's there. He was asking who's Retla. I know this guy. He's been around. He's as much.
He has.
technically, if you think about it, the only tier 1 player in Bleed is... wait, I forgot his name. Oh my god, this team is so out of it. The only tier 1 player is Zest. Everyone else,
Yes.
they've only been in tier 2. Yay hasn't been in the franchising in the partnered teams since the start, right? He got booted out of NRG before it even became NRG, right?
Then he played on C9. He bombed out of C9, DSG,
Yeah.
and then DSG had a really bad run, and then now they're in Bleed. So,
Yeah.
well, okay, okay.
Technically, all of them are tier 2 except Zest. He's the only tier 1 guy, so that's why they're up above DFM. But they lost to Global.
Yeah.
They lost to Global.
Yeah, that's
if
the thing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if Global wins against Bleed, but it matters if Bleed loses to Global.
Okay, that's the one argument that I lose to. They lost to Global. You're valid.
Valid. Okay. Tier list is over, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we came up with, of course. Gen G, Paper X at the top, T1, somewhere between playoffs and Master Shanghai. Up in playoffs is Team Secret. This is definitely not accurate, by the way, because how many teams get in playoffs? 6? Anyway, moving on. Dark Horse, Talon, and RRQ. So it'll be between these two who makes it into playoffs. And then you have Still Needs Time, DRX, Zeta, Global, and DFM tier. Bleed above DFM in their own tier, by the way. And that's going to be it for our tier list. Mochi, since you're there, do you have any counterpoints? Or no?
I stand with
Okay.
so much on this one.
She stands with the people, ladies and
And I really
gentlemen.
hope Bleed makes
Stop
it
with
work,
the people.
please.
Chat, is this real? Okay, I think this is it. Whoever wants to take a screenshot, take your receipts. You guys can hold this against us after split 1, but this is pre-week 1 tier list, okay? We haven't seen what happens
Anything.
in regular season.
Man, I hope Bleed gets their shit together. I mean, Bleed is just money dumping on the roster, and they're not getting nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, can you imagine how much they're signing Yay? How much you signed Ye for?
How much are they paying him to play Viper, bro? They're forcing Ye to play Viper. How much are you paying this guy? Oh my
Anyway,
God.
moving on. Let's close our first segment. Of course, that's the first segment, which is also the longest segment. Luckily for you guys, we're gonna move on actually to the week 1 predictions. We do have 8. And the first match on the cards right now, this is gonna be GE versus Zeta Division. So for you guys, to understand, we don't really have the technology right now to do the plat chat thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna all flash our phones.
You have your phones ready?
Phone's
Have my
really
thing? You'll have your
phone's
thing
really
ready?
slow. My phone's really slow. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Give me
let me
a
send
few
to the GC.
seconds. We're all
let me send to
gonna
the GC.
flash the logos on our phones at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. I think Kim, we can put this on the 4-person perspective. Our small, what do you call it?
Where is it, Matt? Come on, send it to the GC. Everything.
Yeah, I sent it.
There
I
you
sent
go.
it.
All right, on 3, 1.
Wait.
Okay. He says wait. He says wait.
I'm dead. I'm ready.
Can I just shout mine? I don't think I'm seen in the screen.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Predictions up.
Let's go. You are delusional, my friend.
Who said no? Okay.
Delusion.
Okay. Defend yourself, Salvatore. You have 2 minutes to defend yourself.
I gotta start. Well, okay, so
2 minutes.
probably Zeta Division got first game jitters. That's all I can say. But for seriousness though, I do still believe that global esports as a team could reach their peak as long as they try to work out the IGL thing and as well as the Pole V thing. So I do hope that the amount of time that they took they took from kickoff all the way to split 1, they could use Zeta as like a blank canvas to paint what could be the possibilities to use for other teams. And I do think that Benkai still indeed is a really, really good player, arguably, and as well as Lightning Fast. Lightning Fast is still carrying some sort of a pressure over to his back, but hopefully no longer is present in this upcoming match between Zeta. So Zeta, I guess that you could argue that Dep really is going to be that person that could possibly stop global esports. But then again, global esports as a team that blooms in a very what do you call this? A very mind-centric performance. I gotta give them 2-1 at best, or possibly a 2-0. But yeah, a 2-1 to me is already a modest one to say that global esports could possibly win. Quote on me on that one. We'll be watching
Counterpoint.
something tomorrow.
Counterpoint, Zeta 2-0 opening of Group A in Pacific Kickoff. Decider,
Yes.
counterpoint, Zeta 2-0 again
Yes.
with worse
Yes.
scores.
Time.
Consistent 2-0. GE.
2-0.
Time.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Moving on. Yeah, I think the longest segment, of course, of episode 1 is the tier list, because we really had to debate everything, because it's a centralized tier list, right? It's our centralized tier list. Everyone has to agree to some degree, right? Anyway, moving on. Next game, we do have DRX versus Team Secret. Get ready with your logos. We're gonna put them up in 5. You guys ready? with your logos?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. I feel like I'm getting booted out of this podcast. I do feel like.
Nah, I'm gonna talk some back to you, but you're not getting booted.
Okay, ready?
It's like also the same narrative of getting booted
Okay,
out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go, my boy.
Oh my god! Yeah. I'm not getting booted out. I'm not getting booted out.
Explain yourself. Explain
Wait,
yourself.
before anything else, Mochi, since we can't see you, what's your team here?
Secret.
Team Secret?
Yeah. It's Team
Okay.
Secret.
So Jiminy Cricket says Team Secret along with L. What is your point here? And we'll see if you can convert anyone. If not, we move on.
Hear me out. In their past matches, yes, the last winner was DRX in the semifinals of the upper bracket in last year's Pacific League. That's given, right? They did not get their Icebox. Icebox was gone. The only map that Team Secret got was Haven, right? But if you think about it right now, Icebox, Ascent. Icebox, Ascent, Team Secret defaults to those maps. DRX also will want to default to those maps because they haven't seen much of a map pool from Secret. And if they coin toss Breeze, it's going to be much harsher on DRX because they have newer players. They have weirder players that don't really like this kind of what do we play setup wherein they don't have specific roles. If we have specific roles, yes, it's fine. But if we have a map wherein you can have two controllers, you can have two duelists, two initiators, something like that, it's really hard for DRX to come up with a game plan. Although Secrets is a bit less favored, I'd still give it to them, especially with their upwards trajectory. And given that they have lost to Genji very closely in a 13-15 fashion, right? So what's not to say they cannot beat
Yeah,
DRX?
I think it's gonna be close either way.
Okay, any conversions?
Nah.
No? Okay, no conversions.
I'm sticking. I'm sticking.
Yeah, but listen, I think it's gonna be close either way because these.
It
are
will be
teams
close.
with
It will
these-
definitely be close. It's like a
It will
40-60
be.
type thing. I just think that DRX's system works a lot better to slot in new players compared to how Team Secret takes months at a time to adapt to a new roster.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Next
Oh.
up here we have
my God.
the next
Y'all are
match.
gonna hate this,
Oh no.
this one.
Right? So
now.
it's Bleed versus Talon, and yeah, that's the next one that we're gonna be putting up. So of course you guys are gonna be getting ready with your logos.
Okay.
If you guys are ready, we'll drop it in 5.
Wait, wait,
Wait, are you ready?
wait.
All right.
Sorry, slow phone. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh! I got bleed, boys. Let's go.
We're split down the middle except for Mochi. Mochi, what's who do you think's gonna win this Bleed versus Talon matchup? Or to be loser? Ayun. We can hear you now.
Yeah, someone's gonna win.
Talon. Okay. So let it be known.
Let's go,
Let it
Datum.
be known that we have Bleed believers in the house. That's Matt, Datum, and Mr. Salvatore. Everyone else on the podcast right now. Episode 1, April 5. Let this be known that Matt, Datum, and Salvatore think Bleed is gonna beat Talon Esports in the first match of the season for these two teams.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, moving on.
Can I
Do you have a defense for yourself?
No, I just love bleed. I hope they win.
Okay. I respect that. Moving on.
Yeah.
So no strong. Oh, wait, no. You have strong feelings, but you don't want to articulate them, and I respect that. Moving on. Okay.
I love Bleed.
Up next here on VLR. After this Bleed versus Talon game, we have T1 versus Paper X. Of course, get ready with your logos for the unveiling.
I am ready.
Is there a Paper Rex logo there?
No.
Oh, there
On
isn't
what?
one. Oh. Okay, but either way, yeah, get ready with
All
your
right,
logos.
in 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I guess if we have a plat chat guarantee, we have a Tac Pause guarantee.
That's it.
That's it, guys. We
do
guarantee
we need-
Paper X.
Do we have the need to say
I don't
why
think
PRX
I don't
win?
think we need
I
to.
don't know.
I don't think we need to defend that.
Paper Rex. Let's go.
Paper X it is. So Susanto Derby again gonna go in favor of Mr. Forsaken Jason
As it
Susanto.
always has.
As it always has. I mean, it's happened only once. A total of 1 time, right? Okay, moving on. Next match we have on the ticket: Team Secret versus RRQ.
Oh, that's
So
this is easy.
let me just get my logo ready.
Where's my
On the
logo?
count of 3.
Wait.
1. Okay.
Wait. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3.
Why is mine dark?
Why is mine so? Wait, I think I need to turn down my screen or something.
Oh,
No way! No way.
Okay, Josh, explain yourself.
Someone's gonna get booted out of the Filipino community.
Okay. No, I don't know. I just have I have strong feelings, but I will not articulate them. I'll leave it at that. I don't want. I'm not gonna convert you guys. I'm not gonna. I don't think I can convert you. But something in the deepest depths of my gut, as a Valorant fan since 2021, I feel like RRQ will possibly upset Team Secret, but I still think it's going to be a close series. It'll be a 2-1. It'll be maybe one overtime at the very least. But I think RRQ might be able to win against Team Secret in this situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can totally imagine that happening, but
Yeah,
not this weekend.
Yeah, this looks like a Salvatore Global Esports versus Zeta Division sort of environment for this one. Eh? Yeah.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Next match, Global Esports versus DRX.
Salvatore,
So,
umayos ka.
We're gonna get our logos ready again, like we said. If you guys are ready, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Salvatore,
come on,
na.
let's have this
Yeah.
together.
Why are y'all pointing at me?
Any opposing opinions, Mochi? Since you can't see your camera.
It's just the salt away.
Okay, it settles it then. Tac Pause screenshot, whatever it is you want to call it. Something will come out something in the branding will come out eventually. After this, that is GE versus DRX for the 7th match of week 1. This is Gen G versus Talon. Predictions.
Gen Z.
All right.
Wait.
Predictions in. You guys ready with your logos?
I'm ready.
All right, a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good.
so can I point something out here before we do proceed
Okay.
to the next game? Oh, why do I have like this sort of gut feeling that Talon will force a game number 3? Now I don't know if it's just me, but somehow Gen G like is going to have like a very very downward spiral performance entering game number 2.
You know what?
And then-
I have the same feeling about
And then
the league making it to playoffs.
Call back.
Okay,
because
why
of that,
not?
I don't even want to finish my narrative anymore.
no,
Yeah,
continue.
why not to give Talon the
Yeah, but-
Shanghai slot? Why not?
Yeah. So it's just that, you know, Talon as a team, you would really think that could possibly even out over to Gen G. It's a really tough task considering that they had like a very very stellar performance over at Madrid. But in this case, something local and something that could even out their really wacky play style. I do think that Talon fits the building blocks of how Gen G plays. But yeah, that's just a gut feeling. But still, I am strongly over to Gen G finishing out the series. I mean, it's just that.
Okay.
Respect the copy of
So for those of you in chat wondering what's happening, Salvatore defended himself without the need.
yeah.
But anyway, that's match number 7, week number 1, and of course the last match for the week. This is T1 versus DFM. I'm pretty sure we're all locked into the same same organization for this one.
Do we even?
But I'll
gotta
give you
show it?
guys 5 seconds to get ready for your logo, of course. But we never know, right? Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 3. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. There you go.
Photo. I deleted the photo of DFM because they're not gonna win shit anytime soon.
I don't know,
T1
this doesn't look like a logo of DFM.
on stream,
This
bro.
doesn't look like a logo of DFM.
They're not winning anything.
This
Oh, you
doesn't.
believe me, guys, if I say that I am sided with DSM?
This doesn't
Okay,
look like a logo of DFM.
someone
Wait.
clipped Matt saying DFM will never win anything, and 2 years down the line, someone's gonna bring back that clip.
50 years. Imagine them playing against me.
Like
in solo queue.
all the VCT leagues will have 14 teams, and the DFM are somehow a playoffs team at that point in time.
Not gonna happen. You're gonna have to wait at least 2 years maybe for the
Yeah.
account to grow. Divine intervention, I say.
Yeah.
I don't know. They need new players, man.
But they do have new players. They have crazy. They're not DFM today. They're Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, but then again, they're not crazy raccoons. They're crazy raccoons.
Okay. Fair. I think we're all good. That we actually breezed through the entire rest of our topics for tonight.
Wow.
Wow. So we actually survived our below 2 hour time limit for episode 1. I don't know if that's pure luck, but that's actually what the target is. So for those of you who enjoyed watching today's episode, we do have plans of putting every future episode up on YouTube on a centralized channel. We'll also put up a page at some point in time, sometime maybe next week. But for now, you guys can just follow us on all our socials here on Facebook. That's Suave Casts, Matt Datum, Salvatore Casts, mochicakes.ubu, and of course L.
He said
who-
it.
I think L doesn't have a page right now.
Yeah, I don't have a page
He
right
will
now.
have a page eventually. But for now, you guys can follow us on all our socials to see the updates. We're also live on my YouTube channel, Josuave. But we will migrate over to a centralized channel sometime in the future. So
Soon.
we would like to thank, of course, everyone who came out here for the pilot episode. I hope you guys had fun. And we'll work on the technology so we don't have tech problems next time. And upgrading the stream, if anyone wants to reach out for, I don't know, whatever you want to reach out, ask us questions or guest in the next few episodes, feel free to reach out to any of the five of us right now. We do have some things cooking up for episode 2 already, so I hope you guys are going to be looking out for that. We're going to be live every Friday, same time, 9 p.m. on all the Facebook pages, the centralized Facebook page, and the centralized YouTube channel. So don't forget to follow all of us to not miss any updates. But with that being said, we'd like to thank you guys for watching episode number 1 of what is hopefully going to be a very, very long-running Valorant slash esports podcast, because we're not necessarily limiting it to only Valorant. But for now, that's gonna be it. It's me, Josuave, here with Datum, Salvatore, L, and Mochi on the mic. We can't see your camera right now. We'll figure out the overlays for next time. But yes, we'd like to thank you all. And quick shout outs to our prod team, our stream director, Kim, all the way from Davao, by the way, and our graphic artist, Mizuki, who made all our beautiful overlays. We'd like to thank these two. Big shout outs to them. We would not be able to do this without them, or even if we did it, it would probably be falling apart before we get to the 2-hour mark. So thank you guys so much for tonight. We're gonna be signing off, and whenever you're ready, Kim, go ahead and put us in the thank you screen.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you,
Bleed,
guys.
bleed, bleed to playoffs. I'm telling you.
Global Esports 2-0.
DFM the champion.
Bleed,
DFM the
bleed's
champion.
winning.
DFM the champion. DFM, the miracle run to champions, winning it all.
DFM Cinderella run. Global Esports 2-0.
Nice.
Don't forget to mute the mic, Kim, before anyone says something stupid.
Yeah.
And then we'll just cut the stream.